It became clear last week that the Jets are moving on from Aaron Rodgers. We know that. They announced it. They're not cutting him until the new league year begins so they can split the $49 million dead cap charge between 2025 and 2026. As it stands, $14 million in dead money for the next season, $35 million in dead money for 2026. It's just a matter of time. It's a formality, yada, yada. And look, we've heard nothing to suggest that there's a team out there that is intent on pursuing Aaron Rodgers when he becomes available. And maybe it's just somebody playing the cards close to the vest. But I saw yesterday all of a sudden on anti-social media references to Aaron Rodgers to, of all teams, the LA Rams. And I tracked it back to its origin. Adam Schefter on his podcast said that and look, there's a couple of ifs you have to go through, but they're not implausible. If the Rams and Matthew Stafford, between whom there is a weird vibe right now, and there's been a weird vibe between those two for a couple of years now. Remember, the word was 2 years ago that they were hoping that Rodgers to the Jets would fall through, so the Jets would come calling for Stafford. There was some $59 million guarantee that was due to vest, and they were just hoping to sidestep it all by trading Matthew Stafford to the Jets. Now, Aaron Rodgers to be released by the Jets, as suggested by Schefter, if the Stafford-Rams relationship goes sideways and he's traded, the Rams would be interested in Rodgers. Now, I can see why Rodgers would be interested in the Rams. He's been trying to get to the West Coast for a long time. That's where he lives. That's where he's from. Life is easier if your team isn't on the other side of the country. I just don't get it from the standpoint of the Rams. Like right now, Stafford's better than Rodgers. I don't think that's even something that would be a subject for a fair debate. Stafford is better than Rodgers. So you're going to move on from Stafford and you take somebody 4 years older who quite possibly might have reached his expiration date. You know, it's that gallon of milk you stick your nose into. It's a couple of days after what they stamped on the plastic, and you're willing to play Russian roulette with the possibility of vomiting all over someone's suede vest. I just don't get it. I don't get why the Rams would do it. I can understand why the Rams would move on from Stafford to get somebody younger, but I don't know why the Rams would move on from Stafford to get Rodgers. And if Rodgers is the best they got, like if I'm Stafford, I'm saying that's it. If it's either Rodgers or Jimmy Garoppolo or Stetson Bennett, F you, pay me. And that may be the deeper issue here. And I never know how diabolical any of these leaks or ideas are. A lot of times we will hear things from sources who tell us, if you use that, present it as your own idea. It's entirely possible the Rams are interested in Rodgers and that it was couched as present this as your own idea, and that they're trying to put that out there to get Stafford to think, hey, we have a plan B ready to go. You better take whatever we offer you. We're going to go with Aaron Rodgers. If I'm Stafford, I look at it and I say, fine, I'll call your bluff. Sign somebody 4 years older than me. Sign somebody who's unable to take his team to the playoffs right now. He wasn't able to take the Jets to the playoffs. And I don't know that Stafford would have taken the Jets, but he took the Rams. They got to the final 8. They gave the Eagles the stiffest competition they got in the entire postseason, all 4 games. Rams had a chance to win it. It's just something to watch because I don't know where the destination for Rodgers is. Where is it? The Steelers make the most sense from the standpoint of need and what Rodgers should want to finish his career with a contender, not a dysfunctional team. Like, why go to the Raiders when the Raiders are clearly and distantly 4th in the AFC West? Why do that? You have another 5-12 season to cap your career? You want to go somewhere where you're going to get to the playoffs, even if you can't. And who knows? It's impossible to engineer a path to the Super Bowl. But with the Rams, maybe you do. Maybe you put together a great final run, and you get to be in LA. You go from New York, where you had the best 2 years of your life, supposedly, which I don't know what the factors are in that formula, but Rodgers said that it was the best 2 years of his life. Okay, I guess winning football games wasn't a priority, but now you can go to LA and have the best year of your life. You're local, nearby, never mind the 13% state income tax, playing for a team that made it to the final 8, take them over the top, win a Super Bowl, and walk away. I can see why Rodgers would want to do it. I don't get why the Rams would want to do it. And if they have no better options, stick with Stafford.
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.